Okay. It's loading. Oh wait, it's not even on yet. It's just setting up your meeting. Okay, so why was I nervous in the first place?
Hey, you're not the only one. Okay,
Like,
look. This is my water bottle.
oh, that looks different. Wait, is that plastic?
Yes. It was normal. It was a bottle for tea or like an energy drink or something. Um, and we have two of these. This one was like a fruit energy drink. My other one was like tea. The actual one is tea. This one's like my brother's. But you know, I'm using it. Uh, so it was filled up with like another liquid. Um, but
It
I
kind of
like
just reminds me of my mom. Because like my mom, she would get like these Gatorade bottles, and you know how like, they have like
yeah
these orange. So my mom
yeah
would reuse, and she would send it to us for lunch, like for school lunches. I'm like, why is she
exactly.
reusing the bottle?
I mean like they're not bad because like the actual like plastic is
I
pretty
mean,
like
do you
thick.
wash it?
Yeah.
Imagine if
You
you
rinse
did.
it. You rinse it out. You put it in and then you rinse it out and then the flavor's not there. Okay, it's not like I'm drinking out of a beer bottle. Okay.
I mean, you're not legally like you can't drink it or anything. You're not 21 yet.
I know. That's the thing. It's just a water bottle that is being reused.
Okay.
Okay.
But
I'm
it's so
drinking
weird.
tap
Okay,
water.
how many times is too many times to reuse it though? Because like if you're using a plastic water bottle, doesn't it wear down over time?
Yeah, the plastic like comes out and like into the water bottle and the toxins come out. I just don't know how many times. Um,
But still though, like how okay, well I guess you just use it until there's a hole in it. So okay, good for you there. All right.
what?
um
It's not like we're like it's not that bad.
I guess. I mean, it's all right. It's okay. It's okay, Julie. All right.
What is there
Okay.
something wrong?
No. There's nothing wrong with it. I just think it's hilarious because my mom does the same thing. But hey, you're like saving water bottles. You're saving the turtles. You were using your water bottles, so that's great.
Okay.
All right. Hello, everybody. So,
Oh, we started.
sorry. Yeah, I'm already recording. We just went off track for like so many seconds.
I'm sorry.
Like I told you we were gonna go and record.
You told me.
I told you, and you were like, "Okay, okay, are you ready now?" I mean, it's already too late.
Okay.
Like,
And
okay, all right. Hello, everybody. This is the Northern
this.
Cardinal podcast. As you see, oh, we decided to create this podcast, as for entertainment purposes. So today on Monday, I'm hosting the show along with my co-host Julie. Say hello.
Hi.
Me and Julie, we've been great friends for several years now. That she's considered one of my great friends. So, all right, let's get into this. Let's start
Okay.
with introducing to what this is. So, who are we? I think we already said our names, but let's introduce us more. So, basically, in case you don't know me, my name is Yesenia Velasquez. I'm an 18-year-old college student. I'm in PA College of Health Sciences, and I'm currently in a nursing major trying to get a nursing degree, and I'm trying to get to become a surgical nurse in the future. I just think the anatomy of the human body is so interesting, so that's something. But yeah, what about you, Julie?
Hi, I'm Julie. Sam. Julie Sam. What's up, Sam? I'm sorry. Great start. I'm 18 as well, and I'm also a college student. I'm going to hack. Yeah. And I'm majoring in for graphic design. What is wrong?
You're saying
I'm majoring in for graphic design so far. What is wrong? You're like laughing. I wasn't laughing for yours. Okay, I guess that's it. So.
Okay. I'm sorry for laughing, but it's all good. We're good. We're good.
You still crying.
I know I'm crying. I don't know why, but like your facial expressions just made me laugh. So
You're welcome.
yeah, she's a graphic designer. She wants to draw and do whatever.
And that's what I'm gonna do, like during this podcast.
Exactly. So that's what she's gonna do during this podcast. She's going to create our logo. So yeah, stay tuned.
Because I don't like my face.
And see how it's gonna turn out. So yeah.
What I'm drawing today, actually, I mean, I kind of already worked on it the other day. It's going to be on our logo, like the Northern Cardinal. It's gonna look cool. I mean, I think. And then I'm also working on like the banner as well for it as well. I say as well twice. Cool.
Yeah, as well. We want to post.
I have those. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. So we're also going to post this on YouTube as well, because in case like some of y'all are not watching, or if some people who want to watch this and aren't able to have access to Facebook, we'll also post it there, so you guys can see it again. But yeah, what were you saying, Julie?
Again. So yeah, I'm working on the logo, and the banner for it. I kind of already started it, so you'll see the progress. Well, not really the progress, but the finishing touches, I suppose.
Ooh, the finishing touches. All right. Okay.
If I finish it today.
Yeah, I don't know. It just depends. You don't have to finish it exactly once we're done with this, but whenever you finish it, we will show it on Facebook or on YouTube or something like that. So yeah, stay tuned for that and be excited for it, because we're also going to be posting a lot of episodes, well, some episodes every Monday. We're not so sure when we're gonna.
We don't really know the schedule.
Not really. But we don't really know the schedule, right? So we're thinking that maybe we're gonna release every episode every Monday. And if not, then maybe every other Monday. We'll see. And we might have some guests. I don't know. This is a starting idea. We'll develop more about this later on. All right. So, what's the meaning behind this podcast? Like, why did we create this podcast?
Why did we?
Yeah, why did we? I'm asking you.
You're asking me? Well, okay, a really long time ago, we've called each other, and we've always like talked about random things and random crap, just about life. And our calls would be like super long as well. Really long. Oh my gosh. How long was our longest call, actually?
I think it was around like 6 to 7 hours or something like that. That was really long.
Yeah, because that was also, we were talking about random stuff, and then we were also doing other things as well.
Yeah.
But still, it was really long.
Yeah, that's true. Well, from my perspective, I would say, I kind of wanted to do this podcast because I just think I've always watched and listened to other people's podcasts, and I think it's really interesting what other people have to say. And I think because we're both kind of like, we're not really, I wouldn't say we're out there, but I wouldn't say we're not out there. We're just kind of like in our own bubble, So it would be great if
we're in the middle.
Right, we're in the middle. So, if other people could like listen to us or see what we think, that'd be great. I don't know. It's just something we came up with. And if nobody watches us, it's okay. because this is kind of like our little thing that we have going on, and
It's
I
our
just think
fun little entertainment.
Yeah, it's very fun to do. All right. So why didn't we name this podcast the Northern Cardinal? I think we kind of just named it because it was the easiest thing Julie could draw.
Well, no. Okay, first off, you're the one who was like coming up with names, and I was asking for what are we naming this? I think I don't know how it started. You came up with names, and like some of them were like very interesting, but like the one that I liked the most was Northern Cardinal because I don't know, I just felt it felt I had a connection with it. It was hard to explain.
A connection? What? I mean, the
and
other
like if you search,
yeah.
Like if you search up like meanings for the actual like bird itself, there are some meanings to it, and I feel like there's also some type of connection to that to us or like this podcast or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just with Red Cardinal. I don't know. I kind of just named it. I didn't think it was going to be selected because the other names I came up with were like Melancholic Blues. I kind of felt that one a little bit because, we're both melancholic and we're both kind of sad sometimes. So maybe that one, but I don't know.
We're sad sometimes.
I mean, I don't know. And then the other one was, what was it? It was the Two Comadres podcast, which in case you don't know what comadres is, it's basically like a Mexican word that means like best friends or like good friends or something like that. So it's us, two comadres talking to each other, but I don't know. I guess it just didn't get picked, I guess.
It's a side name. It's a side thing. I
don't know. Right. Yeah. So what's this gonna be about? I think it's just gonna be about random topics, right? Yeah, just anything we come up with or anything I guess you guys want us to talk about. I guess maybe we could do that. But yeah, just anything that comes on.
Yeah, if there's people
Go ahead.
Like if there's people who have like recommendations and whatnot, we could like try and figure out if we want to talk about that subject or not,
Yeah, for sure. Leave us a comment or DM me on Facebook, or define me. All right. Okay.
Ooh, DM you. I see.
So how are we going to do this podcast? That's kind of deep because it's talking about the future. I don't even know. Maybe I think there's no real answer for this. I guess as long as we're able to. It just depends, like, if we're free. It depends on, like, what we have in our lives. Like, we might end up getting jobs or something like that. And then we might get busy or something like that.
Things happen.
We'll see. I mean, this is purely for entertainment purposes. I don't think we're going to get famous out of this at all. So, it's just like a side project.
Side project. Something fun. Something random. Entertainment from the real world.
Oh my goodness. All right.
I'm gonna.
That's pretty much...
Sorry. Yeah. I'm gonna start drawing actually, if that's okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
All right. So while she does that, we're gonna be talking about other topics today. So let's see. So we're also gonna come up with topics to talk about, like any other topics. So yeah. Wait, Julie, I think we could have just did the introduction and come up with like specific topics.
Specific topics?
Yeah.
Like what?
Wait,
I was so confused.
Wait, never mind. All right, so the first topic we're going to talk about is related to beauty. So about beauty, we're going to discuss why as beauty important in this world? Because we always talk about beauty. You see beauty everywhere. You
Tea.
see in like ads, in TV, in social media. You see it like maybe in your peers. Like you maybe see it when there's someone who you know and there's someone who you're talking to and they end up bringing the topic about beauty in some way. So they might say, oh, this person is beautiful because they have a small face, they have a small nose, they have big lips, they have lighter skin maybe, or they just say, oh, that person has better clothes. And so the question is really, why is beauty so important to society today? How is beauty used in modern society? Because ever since in the beginning, ever since this whole world began, people have been more, it's been scientifically proven that people have been more drawn into beauty since, when they see a pretty face, they are much more reliable. They think they're much more reliable, they're much more attractive, they're much more trustworthy to go and follow their paths. And of course it's pleasing to the eye. They're like what some people may think eye candy, since they're so pleasing to see. They have the perfect facial structure and everything. So why do you think it's relevant, Julie?
What?
Why do you think beauty is relevant to today's society?
Beauty is relevant in today's society.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's so hard to like. It's hard to out.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's kind of sad because people just view beauty as in like a different way. They just think of beauty as in, that's the only thing they see. Like, for example, let's say in Korea, like the only thing they focus about is beauty. Like, you can't even get a job if you don't look beautiful. Like, they're like, oh, you gotta put on plastic surgery, you gotta fix your nose, you gotta fix your face, you gotta fix everything. So, they're just like, you gotta fix all these things or else you won't get the job, you won't get into college, you won't do that. And so that's in one extreme. And so people from other places may think, oh, that's too extreme. Why should you think that? Um, However, we don't notice how over here in the Western world, there is also an emphasis on beauty too, but in a different type. People aren't really attracted to fixing themselves the same way as in Korea. People who are over here in the Western world, they would lean more into having bigger things, like having a bigger butt, having a bigger breast, or whatever it is. And that's how it shows in music videos as well. Like in music videos, you see a lot of women that have all those things and that are portrayed as in like having dark skin or something like that. However, in other places, beauty might be seen or portrayed in a different way. And so, not many people have the same standards of beauty. However, they might still think that it's different in their own way.
Yeah. It's like it's so weird where like everyone has their standards and we have to like put up with them. And like we also create our own standards for ourselves as well.
Mm-hmm. But how would you say beauty, like for example, like in your family, how is beauty really important?
How beauty is important? Oh gosh, like for what? For me or like for females or for males?
Yeah.
Because usually for us, the tea is gonna be spilled. For us, like mainly the standards are up mainly really high for girls, like females. That we have to do all these things, that we have to be very nice, polite, pretty, and like just also with our body weight, we don't like. There's a problem right now that we don't have to like. We don't. We shouldn't be fat, but we also don't shouldn't be super skinny either. But we have to be in the middle. And then there's like the standard of females having to have a pretty face, having to like take care of themselves more, to look all nice and not, I guess, fancy or just nice in a way, just to appeal men or people or others. And for guys, like they don't they don't really have the high standards that girls do. Like, sure, they do have standards, but they're not as high as females have them.
Mm-hmm.
And like, um, that the females should look pretty, beautiful, whatever, just to get the guy. I don't have to. I mean, they. It would be great to have them be nice and like good looking or attractive or like take care of themselves in a way, but they just don't quote unquote have to as much as females do. And it's annoying where all the pressure is on the females to, look their best all the time.
Yeah, I agree. Because it's always pressured on females. Males, as
Like,
long as you're, well, at least, that's how generally it is. Of course, it's not the same for everyone and for everything. But men are typically seen, oh, they just need to be buff. They need to just like fix it up a little bit and then they'll get whatever girl or at least have money. And then they can get whatever girl they want. However, for women, like we need to fix everything. Like we need to fix ourselves from head to toe or or do
yeah,
something else or learn how to cook or know how to have all those household abilities like cleaning, ironing, cooking, taking care of the kids, all that good stuff. But I would say for my culture, as a Mexican American, or more likely as a Mexican, like in Mexico and maybe in some other South American countries as well, like they have a lot of like this machismo culture, or I forget the word in English. It's like masochist, something like that. But basically, it's where the guy it just thinks, the woman should do everything for him, like do all the household chores and taking care of the kids or whatever, while he goes out and becomes the breadwinner of the family and just works all day, come back home to be fed by his wife, and then go back to work. So because of all of these things, uh, there is this culture, and so women are more likely to become, I hate to say it, but more kind of like maids, as in like they only support the man of the household and they don't really do anything for themselves. Like they can't really go out and do something for themselves unless the man goes with her, or he criticizes her for going out instead of staying at home and doing household chores and taking care of the kids, which is really messed up. But at the same time, beauty over there is perceived differently. um like compared to Asia, I would say beauty in South America is more like if you have a nice tannish skin in some areas, like for example Brazil. However, in Mexico, well, at least that's what I know. In Mexico, they prefer more people with lighter skins or people who have lighter hair or lighter eyes or something like that. Kind of a person who looks more European, because a lot of people in Mexico are mestizos, which, in case you don't know what mestizo is, it's like indigenous blood mixed with European blood. So they have like my skin color, and also my hair color. So that's basically what a mestizo is. But a European person that is Mexican or like a European lookalike would have lighter skin, lighter hair, and lighter eyes. And that's like the typical idealistic beauty that many people would try to achieve. And because of that, there's also a quote, an infamous quote that a lot of people know, that is called, I forgot what it's called. It's kind of like moviendo la grasa or something like that. It's like it kind of means moving up with the race or making the race better. Oh, wait, hold on. I think it's called mejorando la raza, bettering the race, which basically means whitening up the people more, trying to get the people to look more, trying to get their kids to look more lighter instead of darker. And of course, that's really messed up since there's, like, for example, in telenovelas, there's a lot of characters or main characters that are more portrayed on the whiter side than on the colored side. But in reality, like the majority of the population in Mexico are more on the colored side than on the lighter side.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I do not have corona. I just have a cold. Because, like, a lot of people confuse for corona and a cold. But I just have a cold because I got a flu shot a few days, like a week ago, or like last Thursday or Wednesday. And so, because I haven't gotten a flu shot in years now, so I had like a huge body reaction to it. And so my body reacts like that in a certain way. And that's why I'm kind of sick. And it's really not corona. I don't know what I'm saying, but it's not corona.
It's not corona, it's just a little bit of sickness. Natural sickness,
Natural
I
sickness
think.
or reaction. I don't know. I mean, do you typically get sick?
Do I typically get sick?
Yeah.
Um, I don't really typically get sick at all, actually. Um, but yeah, I don't typically get sick. I only get sick at very rare occasions, and they don't happen all that often since they're rare. But when I do get sick, it is a little severe. I think because since if when someone doesn't get sick all that often, when they do, it's pretty bad. It's it gets pretty tiring. Like your body feels exhausted more than normal. You feel like you can't do anything. Your head hurts, and you're literally a mess. Feel like you're about to pass out too. This is bad.
Yeah.
Because I also went to school when I was sick as well, which is a bad thing. I know,
You
but
went
I'm
to
a good
school when
student.
you were sick? Wait, but what did you have? Did you have like the
um,
cold or the flu?
kind huh?
Did you have the cold or the flu?
Did I have the flu?
Yeah, like around that time, did you have, like, when you went to school, did you have the cold or the flu, or like what type of sickness did you have?
Like I don't know if I went to school with the flu. It might have been just be. It might have been a really bad fever. To be honest.
I mean, it kind of reminds me of myself though, because like in eighth grade, I think it was eighth grade or seventh grade, I remember like I didn't get the flu before I went to school. Like I went to school, right? I went to middle school, and then once I got there, I was like feeling all right. And so I went to my classes, but then I remember specifically I went to this science or bio class or whatever. And I went there And I remember feeling so cold all of a sudden. I was like shivering, putting on my jacket and everything. I was like, why was I so cold? And then I was just shivering. I think people could notice because people were staring at me weirdly. So I was like, whatever. And then after I left class and I left the school, I realized I had a fever. I was like, oh no, maybe I, contacted some other people and maybe they also got my sickness or something like that. But luckily, nothing bad happened. I just got sick days later and nobody else got sick from what I know. But it's kind of scary now because, like, people, even if you hear somebody laugh, people might think, oh, that person has corona. Or me coughing right now, other people who did not know that I have a cold might think, oh, she has corona or something like that. Like, people automatically assume that. And they get scared, of course, since corona is so deadly. Which kind of brings me
Yeah.
to the next thing. Basically, how my brother, he got sick. And so, he was kind of sneezing a bit, but that's because he wasn't really fully covered at night. At night times now, it's really cold. So, so at night times now, it gets really cold. So he's out there in the cold. And so he naturally got sick. He went to school the next day. And the next day when he went to school, he kind of was sneezing a bit. And while he was sneezing, some of the other teachers uh, who were his teachers were like, oh, he needs to go to the nurse's office because we might think he has corona. And so, they sent him to the nurse's office and they sent him out early. And they told my parents, oh, your son has, some of Corona symptoms. He's been sneezing, he has a runny nose, blah, 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 blah. And so my parents were like, no, he probably doesn't have corona since we haven't gotten in touch with a lot of people who have corona. But in either case, they sent my brother to be in quarantine for 14 days at home. So he can't go anywhere. He can't go to school, basically. But in the
Wait,
end,
he
when
can't
we
go to school
talked,
now? Wait, when was that?
it was like, I think it was on Thursday or Friday, one of those days. And yeah, and like I said before, like, when my like the family medicine doctor went and spoke to my parents, they were like, no, he has a cold, he doesn't actually have corona, and so they cleared that up. So at least we know for sure that's not corona, of course, but it was never corona in the beginning.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I just think it's scary. I mean, what do you think?
Like corona in general?
Yeah.
Corona is like uh, personally right now I don't really have. I'm not so scared of corona that I feel like I need to stay away from everybody. Um, I mean, at this moment, I still don't know a lot about corona. Um, so, like, I mean, like, we do have some information on how it is and whatnot, but we still don't really know the whole full detail, you know, on
Mm.
like the effects, the side effects, on like afterwards, how long when you have it after you have it. I mean, they do have an idea on what the symptoms can be, or maybe, but you know, we don't know because it's so new. Everyone doesn't know what it is. We're all scared in some type of way, or people just have given up on caring about it as well. Which at this point, I kind of, to be honest, don't care much about it really. I mean, sure, it is a virus. It's still a pandemic and whatnot, but it's not like I'm gonna run away from everybody, be a shut in and whatnot. Even though I am basically a shut-in at the moment because my parents don't let me out unless it's uh, something on Fridays or whatever. But you know,
Yeah, unless it's necessary. But I mean, I think it should be taken seriously. Of course, we don't know much about corona per se, but at the same time, we don't know how dangerous it can be because, people before, like
exactly.
before, they used to think if you were to get corona,
Oh,
you would,
people before everyone was crazy.
right. And, people thought you would have the antibodies to fight it and, you were all set. But of course, that's not true because, there's been so many cases where people have had corona and then they relapse and they get corona again. And, it just makes no sense.
Corona.
But it kind of brings back to the
Corona. We still don't.
anti-maskers. Remember that?
With the what?
Anti-maskers.
Yeah. Oh, that was bad.
Remember that? Like, it's so messed up. I don't know. I don't think they're a group anymore
Where
since
people
Trump
didn't wear masks.
is. So it's kind of different now.
Is there another topic
I mean, to be honest, we don't.
that we have for today?
We kind of ran out of them. So let's introduce our sponsors then. Since how many minutes did we run this? For like about 34, 34 minutes. I mean, it's barely anything, but I guess it's a bit. 34 minutes, so and it's about to be 7 o'clock, so perfect. So introducing some of our sponsors.
Hey.
Of course, we're not actually sponsored by anything. We're not getting money or whatever. We're just, these are all fake. So do you want to, oh wait, you're doing that. Never mind.
Yeah.
So the first one is by Aguapurrgd. What's Aqua?
Aguapurrgd.
Wait, hold on. Oh, I think I came up with it because my water bottle, it says per aqua. I don't know if you can see it. And so I kind of just changed it and put Aguapurrgd instead because it's priceless. Anyway.
Oh, there's actually something called Aguapurrgd, and it's it's like it's like a water fountain or whatever. You plug it in, or I don't know how it works, but you put it in, you connect it to your sink, and it's like for your cats and whatnot. So like when you open, sorry, I'm opening a file. That's why I said open. But what I meant was, no,
open.
what I meant, what I meant was like if you connect the fountain or whatnot to the sink, and you run water, your cats, if you have cats, that's where they drink from. So it's like a water fountain for cats, like a water bowl, whatever. It's a thing, aquifer. I thought you.
I did not know that. Oh no, because we're not actually sponsored by them. So it should be. I think it should be something else.
Because I searched, I was like looking through the sponsors you had, and I found it. I was like, "What is this? Why do you have sponsored?"
So it should be water per.
Water per.
Because agua is agua. Oh wait, no, that's how do you spell agua in Spanish? Oh no, that's with a G, not with a Q. Wait, let me fix it. Aguapurrgd. All right. Okay. Okay, so the next one in line would be a back scratcher because it's so
Back
soothing.
scratcher.
And then the last one would be milk. I don't want to say. Why did I write it?
Why did you? You're into it, okay?
I was, but I don't want to say.
Exactly. You're like so into it, but you're like afraid to say it because it's so weird. Why did you?
Milk. Oh my gosh, milk.
Like, what have you done?
What have I done? I don't know. Cause like, okay, so we were writing milk. Well, I was writing milk.
You were. I wasn't part of it.
And then I wrote this catchphrase. But I mean, it's kind of true.
It
So I
is
said,
true.
okay, I said milk, get some titty juice. But that's
I mean,
that's
it's
because
true, but
when you get milk, it's from the animal or a human's, breast part. So, it kind of makes sense in a way.
it does. But it doesn't. It doesn't mean like you have to like go out and be like, hey, look, this is what you're actually getting.
I mean, technically you are.
Yeah, but it's not like. Yeah.
You're just doing a peekaboo. But still, it's whatever. So, anyways, oh wait, is that the banner?
Yes. This. I'm trying to make the banner, but I don't know how it's gonna work out. But I'm trying a little bit.
Wait, actually, have you made banners before, or is this your first?
I think this may be my first banner.
Oh,
I mean, I
look
might
at
have made
you.
another
You're
one.
one step forward to becoming a graphic designer.
Very funny. I don't know. The future is scary.
Yeah, but still, I mean, what does a graphic designer do? Like, do you just work for a company and design their logos and stuff?
It just depends on where you work and how you want to work. You could get hired from by a company. You could do your own stuff. If you get hired by a company, you probably do certain specific jobs here, and it ranges from working for other people, doing your own thing, doing this or that. It just depends. I'm not 100% sure exactly, but you do a bunch of things. Um, Graphically, do logos, banners, guest magazines, do graphic art, um, advertising, I guess. It's very broad, I suppose. It just depends on what you're interested in doing and where you're going as well. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah.
I mean, but what about, I've heard about freelancing. Can you be a graphic designer that way?
Yes, I am pretty sure you can. It may be hard. Um, it just depends on what you are planning on how to do that. Like if you're a freelancer, you're working by yourself. Well, not I I guess you're working by yourself, but like when you're a freelancer, you're working on your own. You're like your own boss kind of thing when you're a freelancer. Um, so you're in charge of a lot of things. You're in charge of yourself, and you're the one who's trying to find jobs or people in need that want your skills in a certain place, you'd have to keep on the lookout. Gotta find, you gotta figure out for yourself and whatnot. It just depends on how you want to become a freelancer.
Mm-hmm.
That's also kind of like writing, like being like a freelance writer and whatnot. That's basically you working on your own, being your own boss, writing stories, doing whatever. It just depends on how you want to do that. I don't really know a lot about it, so I can't say much.
I mean, that sounds really difficult because you have to manage everything. You have to somehow get income from that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
are not a stable income anyway, since you have to get, maybe some months you'll get some jobs and then you'll get like some tasks, and then other months you might not get as many. So it's pretty much very unstable.
You
But
just have to figure out what you um like. If you know that you want to be a freelancer, you have to like work pretty hard to do that, I think. And like, well, when you start out it's going to be really hard, but like when you get the hang of it over time, you're most likely going to understand how it works and stuff like that. But I feel like it's going to be obviously harder to do that, to be honest, I feel.
yeah, probably. I don't know. It kind of
I'm not
depends.
sure. I can't say.
I mean, who knows? I mean, you're still starting up, like you're still like studying for that or whatever you do. So, good luck with that. Anyways, I think we should end it here. What was that? All right. Okay, guys, we're going to end it here. All right. Peace.